Hey guys, Hackersploit here, back again with another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up VPN for free in Kali Linux. More specifically, you can use this on any other Linux distro that you want. It will work perfectly. And the reason I'm making this video is a lot of you guys have requested it, and that's because the proxy chains configuration videos that I made are a little bit complicated and are bringing a lot of problems. I will be making a follow-up video to those proxy chains videos to sort everything out and to clarify a few things, and that video will help you troubleshoot your own the problems that you have with your proxy chains. But again, the reason I'm making this video is a lot of you guys have been requesting me to make a VPN on Linux video on how to set it up and how to get it running, and basically explaining how to do it. Now, before we get started, I just want to point out something. VPN is not my preferred option when it comes down to anonymity. It doesn't matter whether you're browsing, a VPN just won't cut it in terms of giving you, I would say, 90% of anonymity. And the reason is this. Okay, firstly, you have your free VPN services or servers and your paid VPN services, which it's obvious to tell that the paid versions are going to provide you with a much better speed, are not going to log your information, or some of them may be doing it, I'm not sure, but some of them log your traffic in case they get questioned by authorities. If you did anything illegal, they will provide them with your browsing information and your DNS information, which is what I'm getting to very, very closely. What I'm trying to say is there are going to be plenty of free ones out there, and that's where I'm going to throw out a bit of a caution that please be sure of the VPN server or service you're choosing, because if that VPN server is set up for illegitimate purposes, meaning the owner of that VPN server is in all essence logging your traffic or your the sites you're visiting, well, that just defeats the purpose of even having a VPN in the first place. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you one of the best free options available, and I would recommend that you stick to it unless you find another one that's better and is proven to be legitimate. Okay, so that's just a little disclaimer that I wanted to point out. Now, again, when it comes down to DNS information being leaked, I can tell you for a fact that a VPN is probably going to leak your information. I would say a VPN provides you at least with 60% of anonymity. I'm not going to say that a lot of people are going to look at your DNS information, but if you're changing your IP address with a VPN, you're really forgetting that your DNS information can provide authorities or anyone who pokes into it with information about your DNS, and from there can deduce your location. So it really doesn't matter if you've changed your IP address. If your DNS information points to a geographical location, that's it. They've got your location, and from there they can just pinpoint your activities. But let's get started. So you just want to open up your browser, and this is the service that we're going to be using. We're going to be using vpnbook.com. All right, vpnbook.com provides free VPN services. And as you can see here, it costs $0 a month, which is awesome. If you want to donate to them, I would recommend it because the service they're providing is fast, it's reliable, and it's secure. So we're going to be using free OpenVPN, okay, which is recommended, obviously. And they provide you with different certificate bundles depending on your location. So you can select, you have your Euro 1, Euro 2, US 1, US 2, CA 1. I'm guessing that's California, probably. I'm not sure. Don't hit me on the head with that. And as you can see, it's going to tell you optimized for fast web surfing. So no P2P downloading. So it's going to allow you to browse the web, with great speeds, but you're not going to be able to download with P2P. So for those of you who like torrents and stuff like that, if that's the reason you're using a VPN, this is not for you. So this is where you might want to go into a paid VPN. Okay, so let's get started now with setting this up. So as I said, you can choose your certificate bundles, which include UDP 53, UDP 25,000, TCP 80, TCP 443. So that means if you have a network or your network has blocked UDP connections, you can use the TCP certificates. They also provide you with the username and password, which are going to be very useful in a short while. So just download any certificate bundle that you like. I'm just going to try Euro 2, for example. It's going to be a very small file, so that shouldn't be an issue. It's about 9 kilobytes. So I'm going to save it, and it's going to download instantly. And I'm going to open the folder. As you can see, I have it in my downloads folder, and now I'm going to extract it because it's a zip file. So make sure you extract it in that folder. In this case, I'm in my downloads folder. I'm going to enter that folder, and as you can see, we have the certificate files, the .openvpn certificate files. So you have your TCP/80, TCP/443, UDP/53, etc., etc. The one I'm going to be using, and I'm guessing you're going to be using, is UDP 25000. Again, if your network has restrictions, you can choose any of the other 3 certificates. But I'm guessing this is the one you're going to be using. So I'm just going to copy the entire file name with the OpenVPN extension, just because I want to save time and I don't want to have to go through the process of typing it. I'm then going to open a terminal in this folder, like so. Let me just get rid of that, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in so we can see everything that we're working on right now. And we can get started now with setting it up. Now it's very important that we enter into root mode. So sudo openvpn. All right. So we're specifying that we're using OpenVPN, and now you want to give the certificate file, which I've pasted the name there, and it already knows that I'm in my downloads and in the vpnbook.com, the VPN folder that contains the VPN certificates. So I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to ask me for my password. Remember, this is my root password, and I've given it there, and then it's going to ask for the authoritator username, which in this case they have provided here, which is VPN book. Okay, so we can just copy that, or in fact, let me just type it, VPN book, and I'm going to hit enter. It's going to ask for the password, which is sun2ymf. I'm just going to copy that. I don't want to make any mistakes, like so, and I'm going to hit enter. So it's going to start the whole VPN service, and just give it a few seconds, and once it tells you initialization sequence completed, from then onwards, you're connected to the VPN. Now, again, the speed may not be the best speed, but it's good speed. I can vouch for that. So I'm just going to close it. I'm just going to close this up, and we're going to try and open up a site here. So let me just try and open up duckgo.com, like so, and let's see if it allows us to access. That means we essentially have connected to the VPN servers, or service for that matter. Don't worry if it's a little bit slow at the beginning. That is usually what happens. But as I said, don't worry if that's the case. So I'm going to check for DNS leaks as well, because I just want to show you that it indeed changes the IP, but will leak some of my DNS information unless I change it. But for this VPN certificates, I'm really working on a way to stop the DNS information from leaking, but I'll get to that probably in another video. Now, as you can see, it's quite slow. Nothing really is opening. Let me just enlarge this slightly here, so we can have a split menu, and we can see what's going on. So it's loading up, but quite slowly. DuckDuckGo is opened up. For some reason it's taking quite a while. Let me just open up another check for DNS tab. I can already tell that it's changed my IP because it's giving me google.ro. I'm not sure what country that is. Probably Romania. Probably. I'm not sure. But if it opens up, that would be fantastic. Or let me just close these 3 tabs. This is usually the problem with VPNs. They're really, really slow if you use the free versions, but it shouldn't be that slow. So I'm really curious as to see why this is the case. So for DNS leaks, okay, and if I just try and open up a search engine like Google, it should open up quickly. I'm not sure why it's giving us, it's really, really slow right now. That is pretty weird. But it should load very, very quickly. Now, if I was to examine the files, which I'm going to show you right now, we're using the UDP 25000.openVPN file. If we open that up right now, you can see there's some parameters here that we can change, and this is where I'm guessing you can set some security information that will change the DNS leak information. As you can see, you have your private keys, your certificates and stuff like that. So as you can see, if I can just explain a few things, this is the remote server that it's connecting to. As you can see, euro214.vpnbook.com with the port number, no binding, persist the key, author, user, password combination which you have entered. Is then going to use the encryption AES 128 bit, I'm guessing, fast.io. It's then going to pull and redirect to the gateway. So I would recommend, if you know, this is pretty interesting stuff, just to see how it all goes through. And we're still loading here. This is really slow, guys. I'm actually quite shocked at the moment. But it's always good to test things on the fly, and it's also good for me to do that. It would be a shame if I cut the video and I pretended that it was working when it wasn't, right? So let me just try and open up Google here again, and hopefully it works. Or if it doesn't work, what we'll have to do is we'll have to use another VPN certificate bundle from probably another location, probably the US location, because this is looking really slow. As I said, it could be due to the fact that there are many users on it right now, but again, I can't be sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close this one up right now, and hopefully that will allow us to access something here when I go back to my normal internet connection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the UDP 53. So rename, I'm guessing quite few people, rename. Oh my god, man, my fingers are letting me down today. All right, so let me just use that service again. This time already in root, open VPN, like so. I'm gonna paste that in. For some reason, oh yes, sudo open VPN. Excuse me for making some really amateur mistakes here. VPN book, I'm guessing that's the username, if I remember. VPN book. What's the password? Oops, we need to look that up. How could I have forgotten to do that? So let's look for that. Like so. Hopefully my internet connection works without the VPN service. So as you can see, my internet works perfectly. When I turn to the VPN, I really get a slow connection. So let me try and use this right now. The UDP 53 certificate file. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Yeah. Alright, so initialization sequence is complete. Let's see if that works at all. So I'm going to close that up. It's always good to restart the browser, just so everything loads up correctly with the correct VPN settings that you have set. So again, I'm just going to try google.com, and let's see what we get, if we get anything at all. DuckDuckGo.com, let's try and open that up as well. And there we go. Okay, DuckDuckGo seems to have opened. I don't know if this site will open up. That's the error that we keep on getting. Alright, there we are. So as you can see, the VPN now works if we use the UDP 53 certificate file. Again, it's very slow, but I can tell you that we're in Romania, and the fact is I don't live in Romania. So that just tells you that indeed the IP has changed and I can use the VPN. I'm really shocked as to how slow it is, but I said it's probably under heavy load right now. The servers are currently being used a lot since they are free. But I'll be finding other different free options available that you can try out, especially for Linux. But this is again what I was trying to point out. Proxy chains are just so much better at everything. They are faster, even though they're slightly slower than your normal internet connection. They're just much faster, so it just really is a slow process. But Anyway, you guys can try this out and let me know what you think. You can try all the different these certificate packages from different locations and let me know which ones are the fastest. And yeah, I hope you guys found value in this video. If you did, please leave a like down below. It means a lot. If you found this video helpful again, you might want to share it so that other people can get access to this video as well.